What's up, guys? Today we are at Glenwood Caverns Park in Glenwood Springs, Colorado. This park is literally on a mountain, so we actually have to take a gondola to get up to the park. There's a few cool coasters up there. Defiance is one I'm most excited about. There's also a few cool flat rides that I'm really excited to try out too. This park was a little bit hard to get to. I had to fly into Denver and then drive about 2.5 hours to get here, but I think it's going to be worth it. There's a park up there. Let's go in it. Alright, so this is my most highly anticipated coaster of this park, and it's like right at the entrance, so let's get a little Defiant. Alright, so I just did Defiance twice, once in the front row, once in the back row. So overall, it's a very solid ride. I mean, it's a shorter ride, but it's just solid for what it does. You can't beat the view in this thing. The view is absolutely phenomenal on this. Supposed to be on top of a mountain, and it's practically going off a cliff. This ride's really cool. I really like this. I guess it'd be one of the smoother Gerstlauers I've been on. There was a little bit of head banging, but it's kind of a given with the over-the-shoulder restraints. But it wasn't too bad though. If I had lap bars, then this would be immaculate. But it's really my only complaint about the ride. I would say it's a little bit smoother in the back row though. The front row, the view is the best, but the back row is just a little bit smoother. Alright, so apparently Defiance has a little wooden monster thing. I don't really know what the story's behind this, but I'm gonna walk past them a little bit cautiously because I don't really trust this. Oh, god damn. You know, the views at this park are just so amazing. I just can't bear it. They have a small little Ferris wheel here. I guess I'll get a Zen ride on it. I guess you could say that this wheel is mine. Oh, this was a hike to get to. Let's go on cliffhanger. That happened. Yeah, cliffhanger. Janky as hell, fun as hell. Also, the ride-ups over there, super cool. A paw outhouse. Do you do anything? I don't see a button over here. It's like a sensor, I think. Do you detect that I'm here? Anybody home? Hello? Talk to me.
You remember that time Junior thought the old outhouse was too smelly and pushed it into the creek?
Yeah, he thought that if you told you the truth, like George Washington chopping down the cherry tree, you might not give him a spanking.
Oh.
Yeah, but George Washington's daddy wasn't in the cherry tree.
Okay. I don't know what just happened, but that just happened. I'm gonna go over here now. That didn't make any sense, but still kind of cute that they have got that kind of stuff all over the park. They have like that, a wagon, and a few other things that are like interactive, that it's either motion censored or you push a button and something happens. I wasn't expecting to see something like that here, but that's a really cool small detail. I appreciate small stuff like that.
Hello. Can you tell me how to get to Iron Mountain Hot Springs from here? I'm lost.
I'm a bit lost too myself, so good luck with that. Okay, apparently there's a man eating chicken in here. Let's have a look. Why is this a thing? All right, time for a shameless coaster credit because I have no shame.
A few moments later.
So yeah, I got a Zen ride on that, and like all these people were here like staring at me. Cry about it. No shame. Well, this looks cute. Let's fly on in. Alright, Glenwood Canyon Flyer is actually a lot more fun than I was expecting it to be. When you off-ride, it doesn't look like too much, but when it rides in full force, you're literally like way over the edge of the canyon. That's a lot of fun. So they also have 2 cave tours here, so let's go check that out.
It's a rooster. Its tail goes off to the left, its legs are at the bottom, its body goes up to the right. We call this our cave pig. His name is Wilbur, and he's got a little bit of a what is that? Oh, booger coming off his snout right there. Oh, it's exciting! Yes, and now everyone's gonna have the same energy. It does make them glow. Speaking of glowing, this one right here is called the glowing Cheeto. It used to be called the Howling Wolf until a middle schooler corrected us, so it looks more like a Cheeto, so now we call it the Cheeto. This one down the middle you pointed at is called the Oscar because it looks like the Oscar Academy Award. He's very fast. He has a constant drip from that little soda straw up top. Soda straws are these long, skinny guys. The water comes from the inside, grab some of that calcite, and it'll deposit it at the bottom right there. Discovered in 1960 by a man named Peter Pan Preble. And he found the secret entrance inside the fairy caves. And this place was called Jam Crack because you had to do compression breathing where you exhale your oxygen, move in a couple inches, inhale, and then you would be stuck again. Which doesn't sound too bad till you realize you gotta do it from above the United States of Bacon. Go all the way down the wall and you're winding a little bit to the left and to the right, to the left and to the right. And you would go past down that fence a little bit further till you made it out. And that is where you came out from Jam Crack. That is how we found this half of the cave. Bum ba-da-dun da-da-dun dun 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 da-da-dun 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 dun da-da-dun da-dun da-dun ba ba ba-da-da ba-da ba-da ba. So welcome everybody to King's Row. We get that name because if you look straight down the center, those stalagmites that are in a clean row look like the back row of a chessboard to Peter Pan Preble. So he called this King's Row. Another cool one I gotta show you guys is this chunky one all the way to the right. We call that one our wedding cake. Does not make sense to some people. But then we tell them on the other side it looks like layers of cake going all the way down for about 30 feet. This one right here, that little bump, not the two towers, the little bump, that's Snoopy sleeping inside the cave. He's just on his back having a nice little nap. The lights just basically mix in with the impurities inside the calcite, excite those photons, giving us this purplish bluish glow. Another one I like to point out again is if you look at the wedding cake, now it looks like Oogie Boogie. He got his two eyes and his creepy little smile now that he got Santa Claus all the way down in the cave.
They don't look very eternal, do they? No. Well, all the way back in 1895 when the guy that discovered our cave, Charles Darrow, first came in here. He found a little hole in the ground basically. It was about this big around, I don't know, something like this, about this big around, and so air was blowing through it and he was like, how do I get in there? So he went down to his local general store, bought some dynamite, blew it up until he could fit himself inside, came in here with a little candlelight lantern, pointed it straight up, and he was like, saw these three massive black holes. He's like, they go on eternally. So there you go. Is anybody afraid of the dark? No? Okay. If so, I was just gonna say close your eyes. I'm gonna reach right to your side. I'm gonna turn this light off here. So this is what it would have been like all the way back in 1895. Not much. Maybe enough to see a death pole in front of you. Maybe enough to see a troll running at you really, really fast. No, I'm just messing with you guys. There's no trolls in these caves. At least I don't think. But if we flip the can around, this is where we get the name the fairy caves here. So Charles Darrow's eldest daughter, Elizabeth Darrow, thought these looked like fairies dancing on the ceiling. So that's where we get the name of the fairy caves right here. If it was the 1980s, we would have got the disco caves. You know, we could have thrown like a cave rave, you know. We're like, ooh, 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 still alive. It's basically phosphorus inside the impurities of the calcite. And they bounce around really fast and they react to the UV light. If you guys rub your hands together just like this, right? It's gonna build up some static electricity. Alright? And then you're gonna start clapping your hands together just really, really fast. Oh, thank you guys!
So I was told that this mountain here, it actually used to be a volcano lake millions of years ago, and then the magma flow apparently stopped, and it is now a dormant volcano, and it would have been like one of the largest volcanoes in the world. Well, good to know that it's dormant right now. Oh crap. Just walking by and I see a lever here. Press if you dare. I dare. What happens here?
Fire in the hole.
Oh God. Oh. Okay. Well, Ryan from Post doesn't need to add any effects to that, unless he wants to. All right, they have an Alpine Coaster here. Let's do that next. That was honestly one of the better mountain coasters or Alpine coasters I've ever done in my life. The view, can't beat that view. All right, well, the line for this thing that I'm walking into right now, it's a zip line. I can't remember the last time I've done a zip line. Let's do it. Okay, yeah, not many things make me nervous. I was pretty nervous for that. And of course, like, as soon as I got on, it got super windy and the ride operator was actually kind of questioning whether to operate the thing or not. But the wind like stopped as soon as we dispatched. Then it got windy again. Oh well, I liked it, it was fun. That view was awesome. This is probably the one SNS Scream and Swing that I am actually excited to ride because it's on the ledge of a canyon. Let's do it. Probably still one of the better Scream and Swings that I've been on, simply because of the view. The twisted capacity was a little bit better on that. I waited probably about a half hour for it, but honestly worth it. All right, well the park is about to close and I got a long drive to my next park, which will be Lagoon tomorrow, about 5.5 hours in that direction. So I think I'm gonna wrap up my time here, so park exit montage. Alright guys, that's gonna wrap up my time here at Glenwood Caverns. This is a fantastic park. I was already very excited to come to this park and it by far blew away my expectations of it. There's just so much cute charm to this park, small little details that I just wasn't expecting them to have, and they added. It was really cool. All the ride operators here were very nice here today too. All the staff was very nice here. Yeah, this park is a little bit tough to get to. I mean, you have to the closest thing you can do is fly into Denver and drive about 2.5 hours to get here. But if you ever have a chance to come to this park, absolutely do it. This park is totally worth the trip. All right, Ryan for Post, our ride count right here. All right, guys, I wrapped the video up here. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you guys in the next loop. See ya.